Welcome to the To Chase Innovation podcast. In this episode, we are going to explore 4 ways to use building blocks in Google Docs in your classroom. Building blocks don't look like a classroom tool. We're going to make them work for us today. So the review tracker building block just jumps out at me and says single point rubric as I'm thinking about what I can do for my classroom. I like how it's simply created for you with the click of a mouse. There's a couple of things that I might do with this one. For starters, just in a traditional single point rubric sense, I might change the reviewer side to areas of improvement or areas for improvement, and then the note side to evidence of exceeding standards. Then I could come in here and I can actually change the drop downs to the specific standards or criteria that I'm looking for in this status column and actually drop those in as I want them. But really, as I was thinking about this more, what I might actually do that's a little more effective is I might change this left side to my standards, and then I'm on my status. I would edit those to be areas for improvement and evidence of exceeding. So then, now what has happened is I can choose, okay, this is an areas, this standard has areas for improvement on this project, and here's my feedback. So now I have a very simple way to give a status to the standard and then offer up the feedback on the single point rubric. This could also be really a good way to give quick feedback on a self-assessment or on a peer assessment, especially because you're dropping it right into the Google Doc. And so you could have all the information, and then this setup is there in the Google Doc for them to complete as a part of the document that you have copied for them. Project assets building block, again, very simple. It's just a dressed up table, but it just takes some time off as far as thinking about building these tables in a Google Doc. My idea that comes from this is really a simple data tracking system or a data folder system for students. So this could be the beginning of the of tracking portfolio, right? This could be the table of contents in some ways, but I would change the file name. I would change that to the actual activity or the project that's being done. I would change this description to the standards that are being completed, and then I would change the status from not started, in progress, under review, or approved to below standard, approaches standard, meets standard, exceeds standard. So then there's a self-assessment there. Students are able to keep track of, these are the activities, these are the standards that I completed, and this is where my status is right now. Now, if you wanted to get a description of the actual activity itself, you could add another column in here and allow for students to put in that activity descriptor. But for the most part, again, the ability for students to take ownership and to track where they're at is so valuable, and now it's very easy to create these templates for your students in Google Docs. Roadmap building block is a great way for students to self-monitor their learning process through a station rotation experience or through completing a menu or choice board that they've developed. So as I dropped it into the Google Doc, it's exactly stock as it is when you pick this roadmap. What I might do, I might rearrange this first column here on the left and change it to chosen activity. I'm going to keep my statuses all the same. So let's say that the students chose a Kahoot, a reflection, essay, and an exit quiz. And so now they can come through and monitor that now we haven't started anything. I would change this related files one for the nature of this, if students are having the ability to choose multiple activities, to something like a reflection column, so that they can at least do a little bit of single sentence reflection about what they learned or what they took away from the activity itself. And then next steps. This could offer up opportunities for students to say simply like, I finished the Kahoot, now I'm going to work on the reflection essay, or something like that. So it just helps them in their planning as far as working through the different activities that you might have assigned for them. Tracker building block is the best one, First, because I've started to use it in tracking my own content development, tracking my blogs, looking at planning out podcasts and things like that. It's so easy just to drop things in and keep track of what is going to be happening. But as I think about the classroom, I really feel like this could be modified into a very interactive, personalized planner for students, coming in and talking about changing this column to class period or class, the homework description, the due date, is it completed, and then link it out using a smart chip. I could insert some smart chips here as far as a date into this column here, and actually put the due date into the table. And then I could even add another drop down. Is it done or not? Or follow-up activities that need to be done, or priority level, or things like that. So it's something that really, especially with secondary students, you could have them create their own planner with along the way. But as a teacher as well, you could create a template planner for them using that building block. Thank you for joining us for this episode of To Chase Innovation Podcast. All of our content is created based on ideas that we find in classrooms all around the world. So if you've enjoyed the information that you've received, like or follow us so that we can learn more about your location and your struggles or ideas that you're working through, and include them in what we're developing. In the heart of every adventure lies a burning drive to chase the extraordinary, and that's what we do. At To Chase Innovation, with boundless determination, we are the compass that ignites innovation and empowers individuals to reach for the stars. Join us next time on the To Chase Innovation Podcast.